Get ready for some real, relatable, and motivational conversations with podcast host Angela A. Love Lewis. Join her and her guests as they empower you to deal with the inner you so you can heal, believe, and lead yourself to the life of your dreams. It's time to take the limits off and experience true InnerVation. Let's get to it.
Hello, and welcome to InnerVation, motivating yourself from the inside out. I am your host, Angela A. Love Lewis, and I'm here today. And actually, I decided to come to you solo. I know you've been enjoying some of my amazing guests, and they have came and brought some incredible information. So if you haven't checked them out, go back and look at those podcasts and listen to them and get the information you need, because we've had some great people talking about financial issues and taking care of your family, celebrating other people as far as on social media, how you can really help to elevate others. So many great people, talking about mental health illness and dealing with that piece and overcoming, some of the dark thoughts that we may have. And so it's just been a plethora of great people. But today I decided that I wanted to come and talk to you myself. And it's really about celebrating who you are. And I know for a lot of people, that's incredibly difficult. And the reason I want to do it is because I've had some recent great things happen to myself. And I realized that it's so easy to go out here and cheer everybody else on. It's so easy to go out here and be the person who says, "Oh my God, great job. You are doing amazing. Congratulations." But when the shoe is on the other foot, it's so hard for us to recognize our own accomplishments, to say thank you. Sometimes we downplay who we are. We kind of, brush it off a little bit and think that, oh, it really wasn't that big of a deal. When in actuality, oh my God, yes, it's a big deal. There's nothing wrong with us celebrating ourselves. And I think it's really good that we take the time to celebrate our wins, big or small. It doesn't always take a whole lot. Sometimes, you have to think if you completed a task, celebrate that, because for a lot of us, procrastination is what we do. So when you finish something, it deserves a, great job, a pat on the back. Even if no one else is around, learn to take the time to really celebrate you. See, for me, here recently, it's been so many, like I said, great things. It started off, I was celebrated at this event. Mickey Riley, she does the it's for heart celebration. So it was in the month of February, of course, where Heart Health Awareness Month. And it was awesome to be chosen as someone to be honored at that benefit and gala. And, we talked about, different things with regards to people who had experienced, issues with their heart or things of that nature. And for me, I shared that March 1st of 2021, I had a mini stroke. And a lot of people didn't know about it because it wasn't anything that I talked about. But even going through that, understanding that I was stressed out, working and doing different things, not sleeping properly, had high blood pressure, wasn't really taking my pills, had a high cholesterol, wasn't doing it either. And, it came a day where all of it just hit. And it was a regular day, as a matter of fact, before I was going to bed, probably a little after midnight, I had been on the phone, had a conversation with my brother. We were talking, and it was just a regular day. I scrolled through social media a little bit, probably went to sleep about 12:30, 12:45. But after 1 o'clock, I just woke up, maybe 1:30-ish, and it was a severe jolt up my arm. And it just, woke me up out of my sleep. And, I just had this odd sensation. And surprisingly, my husband typically, he works the way he works. He's normally in the bed before I am. But this particular day, I guess he was off. The next day, so he was up. So I got up out the bed and went to the other room. And so he looked at me and was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just feel funny." He was like, "Okay, well, do you think you need to go to the hospital?" And my first thought was, no, it's probably something that, will pass. I sat down for a minute, but I could feel the heaviness in my jaw My tongue was very thick and heavy. I felt like my mouth was super dry. I was tingling in my fingers and my arm. And so I was like, just remembering from reading things before about, strokes, that time is of the essence. So we did go ahead and go to the emergency room, and they brought me in. Of course, it was during COVID time, so he couldn't stay. So they took me back and, had me do several different things. And it kind of appeared as though, yes, I couldn't get one leg up as high as the other. I couldn't raise one arm up as high as the other. So they immediately took me through, MRIs and EKGs and CAT scans and all those things that for someone who hasn't been in the hospital except for childbirth was a lot. But I also know that I believe in God. And so I had to trust and have faith that it would all be okay. And luckily for me, it was just a mini stroke. And they found out that I had plaque in the arteries of my head, and I never heard of that. Never heard of, when I think of plaque, I always associate it with being in your heart. But for it being in the arteries of my head, it made sense, I guess, a lot of times, with the headaches and things that I was experiencing. And, of course, managing my blood pressure was essential. Managing my cholesterol was essential. And it was things that now, every day, I wake up and celebrate being alive, and I thank God, for giving me life, and I don't take it for granted. And it's not to say that I guess I felt like I took it for granted before, because I don't think that I did, but now it's even more important for me. But I also have to tell myself that there's nothing wrong. It's okay for me to celebrate myself even more for life, but also for the things that God has allowed me to accomplish, because it's other people who don't have the same opportunity or don't have those things that they can embrace and be proud of. But again, you don't have to do anything special. I say that when you self-celebrate, it's celebrating the person you are now, not your future self or not the person you wish you could be. It's just about accepting and encouraging and empowering yourself in this moment. And you can celebrate who you are anytime or any place and for any reason. I think we always feel like it has to be something so much. But like I said, even just having that experience with my health, it made me realize that just waking up, just to be able to, look out the window and see the sunshine or listen to the rain fall. All of those things are great reasons to celebrate being here. And big or small, we deserve it. It's time for us to really just understand that it's okay. And sometimes I guess we feel like, is it being selfish? Should we do that? But I think you can be humble, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with acknowledging your own self. If nobody else celebrates with you or for you, be your own motivation, your own inspiration, your own encouragement. That's what this podcast is about, InnerVation, motivating yourself from the inside out. And that starts with you. We can go to different places and we can definitely get encouraged and inspired by other people, but it all ultimately starts with the person in the mirror, and that is you. See, keep allowing your greatness to shine bright and don't let anyone stop you. I think that for most people, we don't even think about the fact that the more that we celebrate ourselves, the more our confidence raises. When we do that, we're actually telling the universe that we are unstoppable, and in turn, it attracts more positive energy into our life. So we should be proud of who we are. See, recently, like I said, I was celebrated at the Heart Health Awareness Benefit, but that was on a Friday night. That Saturday, I joined my sisters in the CEO District, which is an amazing community of women where we celebrate our sisterhood in terms of establishing a network where we encourage you to be positive and a leader in business, but also to celebrate and do well in your personal life as well. So we encourage personal development, but we're there for you in business, because a lot of times women in business, we go hard and we do a lot of things and we take on a lot of tasks. But at the same time, if things don't go how we think they are, sometimes we quit before we need to because we just don't have the resources or the support. And so the CEO District is just a sisterhood of ladies who have come together to really support and encourage one another. And so this week, I'm actually one of the senior leaders. And that particular weekend, we were coming together to really have weekend of leadership and just talking about, next steps, what's going to happen for 2022, just all of the planning stages and things that we do for the year. It was like a weekend retreat. And at the retreat, we all had a chance. They told us to pick a name out of a box and be able to write a bio of our sister, whoever we chose. And it was such an amazing activity because the person who chose me was Paula Haddon-Bannis. And Paula spoke of me so eloquently, and she told about where she saw me and she saw my greatness. And so she gave, me running a multi-million-dollar publishing company and having an award-winning magazine and having a talk show podcast that was broadcast worldwide, and all of the things that I guess maybe I hadn't even allowed myself to think. And I realized, wow, if other people see me like that, then it's time for me to start seeing myself at a level of greatness. It's time for me to start celebrating my wins. And they acknowledged me as the CEO queen, right, for the year. And that was another amazing accomplishment. So I'm looking at Friday being celebrated and getting an award. I'm looking at the weekend with my sisters being celebrated. Then a week or two after that, I was able to hit #1 bestseller with my newest book with 14 other ladies. It's Woman Empowered 2. Fierce, Fabulous, and Free. And so you would think if I'm writing about being fierce, fabulous, and free that I already acknowledge it. But again, it's so easy to celebrate others, but it's so hard sometimes to celebrate ourselves. But I'm here to tell you that not to brag, but to understand that that's huge. And it was such a welcome thing to see the other ladies be excited, and it got me contagious in terms of I need to start being excited about those things that happen because it's brand new possibilities. And when you celebrate that, guess what? Shortly after that, I was on a billboard, for iShine magazine. And my girls and my husband and I, we went downtown. It was actually on Peachtree, downtown Atlanta, right across from the Hard Rock Cafe. And we stood outside and waited for the rotation to see me and my business partners and the people that we've had on covers of magazines. And to see us up there on that billboard was an indescribable feeling. And I just can't tell you how excited, we were yelling and taking pictures and did a little video and things, to capture the moment. But I realized that for each thing that I've done over the period of time, I had to embrace celebrating myself and capturing that moment and understanding that I'm putting out an atmosphere, that happiness, that feeling, that energy, and it comes back reciprocal because not even a couple of days after that, I was on the billboard again with amazing pictures with my sisters from the CEO district. So we all could celebrate that together. And it was like, wow, this is a season, this is a time for me to embrace celebrating who I am. And then yesterday, I was able to get the release of being on the cover of Pretty Women Hustle magazine. And again, a great accomplishment, a great opportunity to be on the cover. So I'm embracing, celebrating myself, but I wanted to come on to tell everybody it's okay to celebrate what you do. If it's a promotion at your job, if it's making an A or even passing a test, if it is celebrating losing 2 pounds, if it is celebrating getting a certification or graduating, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be that annual birthday. It doesn't have to be anniversary. It can be something, learning a new recipe and it tastes amazing. Celebrate those things, y'all. Life is so short and we have to realize that every day is not promised to us. And so because of that, we've got to take the time to understand that, wow, we are amazing, phenomenal human beings. And everything that we do is so great. And for people who maybe are homeless or struggling, they would love to possibly be in your shoes, experiencing things that you experience. And sometimes we think, oh no, you don't want to be in my shoes, but somebody else has it worse off. So take the time to look and see. We all have something that we can celebrate. Again, even if it's waking up in the morning, opening our eyes, that's something to celebrate. And I'm telling you, when you think about ways to celebrate yourself, it's so many good things to do. I mean, number one, celebrate and just take that downtime to embrace your life, right? Just take some time, because you're always doing stuff for somebody else. And without a doubt, we deserve to be celebrated every single day. When life is hard, you've got to get up and just remember that you need to love on yourself too. You need to allow yourself to feel good and give yourself that much needed downtime. Whatever that looks like, it allows you to recharge after a long day. So maybe you want to binge watch TV, catch up on some shows that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you just want to take a nap. Sometimes naps are overrated, y'all. Sometimes you can wake up and take a quick nap and wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the day, but that's celebrating yourself and giving yourself a much needed reward. Or maybe go hang out with friends. Maybe you've been going hard, studying and trying to pass your test and graduate, but take some time out to celebrate with friends. Like I said, even with the senior leader weekend. And let me just go back and address that. For the senior leaders, this is March, and we are looking to get 100 women to come join us in this amazing CEO district community. And if you are looking for someone who are like-minded women who are encouraging and supportive, go to www.thesheo.district. So that's THESHEEO district.com. Go there and sign up. We have a tribe membership. It's only $1. Go on there for $1 for the first month. But go check it out and look at all the amazing things that you will get as a result of being connected. But we pour into you. We love on you. We encourage you and support you. We have a multitude of things that we offer, to help you get connected and stay connected. And again, we celebrate you, but we encourage you, of course, to celebrate yourself. And it's just great. This is an amazing time. My friend Reverend Pat, she also has a podcast called Porch Talk. So celebrate her. Go check that out. She does amazing inspiration, for us. But she talks about, of course, this is a season of collaboration, not competition. And so in the CEO district, we collaborate, not compete. So if you're looking for a sisterhood, go ahead, go to that website and check us out. Sign up for Tribe. Invest that $1. It'll probably be the best $1 you've ever invested. But come to us in the community and watch. I mean, again, probably I've been with the group for 2 years, and I've seen growth in myself and the other ladies. And I'm telling you, it's just awesome to be in this space and time that I'm in right now. But anyway, let me go back to what I was saying, y'all. So when we talk about celebrating yourself, ways to celebrate is, again, giving yourself that much needed downtime, because we go so hard for ourselves. You can't imagine that just taking the time to recharge can do wonders for you, because it gives you a renewed strength, renewed clarity of mind to go out and tackle the next task so you can celebrate that next win. Another thing is go out and pamper yourself. Even if sometimes you may want to chill and relax, but other times you may want to go out and really indulge in some pampering. Maybe it's a beauty treatment. Maybe it's a facial, or maybe it's a massage. Maybe it's, going to the spa, at a 5-star hotel, and really checking in and just having a weekend where you can do some things that can make you feel amazing. And it sets up your work week so that not only do you look better, but you feel better about yourself. It builds up that confidence. And that's another thing I think I forgot to mention, that your confidence is something that we need to build up all the time. I think a lot of times we take for granted the things that we do, that other people are cheering us on and saying, oh my God, that is so incredible. We take it for granted because it's just easy. It's easy for us to do. And because it's easy for us to do, we just feel like there's no big deal. But other people are looking at you, and it's so amazing to have that level of confidence in yourself. It's so amazing to have that level of confidence to where you can accomplish things. You can go out. You don't feel less than. You don't shortchange yourself. You know your worth. And to go back to the book I told you about that we're doing, The Woman Empowered 2, Fierce, Fabulous, and Free, that was one of the reasons we wrote that book, is because we were talking about our journey of going from feeling like we weren't worthy, having low self-esteem, not really believing in ourselves, to knowing our worth and then adding tax. And do you know that when you get to that level of accomplishment where you can do that, oh my goodness, that is elevating you to the next level. That's taking your confidence and it's helping you to really understand how amazing you are, but it takes it to where you feel like you can do anything. You become unstoppable. When you know your worth and you add tax, you show people how to treat you every single time because you're treating yourself well. And I think that's just so awesome. But again, when you talk about celebrating yourself, do it every day. One, look at your daily accomplishments. It's always something that you can look at and say, hey, I did a great job on that. Focus on your achievements and be grateful over everything in your life. Even have physical rewards. Sometimes you may want to buy yourself flowers. Sometimes you may just want to treat yourself to your favorite dessert. Whatever that looks like, reward yourself. Maybe you want to go out and buy that new outfit to boost your confidence even more. All those things are celebrations of you, whatever that looks like. And your definition of celebrating you can be different from somebody else's. But whatever it looks like, take the time to make that happen. Look at your inner strengths and think about what makes you uniquely you. And celebrate it every single time because, again, it will take you to such a higher height when you can be grateful for the things that you've accomplished. And I know that, again, when we're talking about motivating ourselves from the inside out, we've got to incorporate celebrating our wins in that. We've got to incorporate celebrating who we are as a person into motivating ourselves from the inside out. It's a mindset shift. It's a mindset shift. And when you can see yourself as being great, because of course the Bible says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. So we've got to understand that and we've got to see that in ourselves. I'm telling you, it's so super important. And I want each and every one of us to start taking time out to make sure we celebrate who we are. And just as hard as you go for someone else, it's time to normalize going just as hard for yourself. It's time to make sure that you love on you better than anybody else can. Because what that does is it keeps your cup full. It keeps your cup to where you can have overflow to give to somebody else. It's like, you guys know when they talk about being on a plane and they say if anything happens, then when the oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself first. So that way you can help other people. Because see, we're so busy running around doing everything that we don't even have enough oxygen to keep ourselves going. So, but when you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, that's when you refuel yourself to go out and help somebody else. So don't take it as being selfish to celebrate who you are. Really invest in that. Really take the time, whenever you listen to this podcast, take the time to really sit back and be amazed at how wonderful you are. Be amazed at what kind of incredible person you are. And even though you're not where you want to be, oh my gosh, think about where you came from. Think about how far you've made it and celebrate that. And just because you're not where you want to be doesn't mean you're never going to get there. It takes steps, and sometimes those steps may be baby steps, but keep moving. But this is so dear to my heart because I want us to get it. And like I said, I share with you some of the things that I've done. And maybe you say, well, those are big things, but I'm telling you, it took a while to get there. And even in big things, I felt a little uncomfortable celebrating it. But I pushed myself to come on this morning to even tell you about it, because I want us to normalize being excited about the things that we do and knowing that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being excited about the great things that are happening in your life. It's not. And don't let people tell you otherwise. It's okay, definitely, to celebrate ourselves. And listen, maybe you want to go out and buy that ice cream. I'm telling you, y'all know ice cream is the ultimate celebration. And so go out and buy ice cream for yourself. But be really conscious about when people tell you about the good things that you've done. Don't play it down. Say thank you. Embrace it, but genuinely mean thank you from the heart. Because sometimes we'll just say thank you because, we just feel awkward. But really know that if they're telling you something good about yourself and they're saying congratulations, job well done, atta girl, atta boy, say thank you and mean it from your heart, and mean it and know that you deserve to have that. But another thing to do when you want to celebrate yourself is dress up for no reason. Who says you have to be in a t-shirt and sweats all day, all week, all month for some of us? Celebrate and dress up. I love dressing up. It makes you feel so much better. And then go somewhere and do something that makes you happy, even if it's going out and celebrating by yourself. Go to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, and get you a glass of wine and eat a great meal and celebrate your win. Celebrate you. It's your time. It's your season. Shine, shine, shine. It's nothing wrong with it, guys. And so I'm coming to a close. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you guys know what I mean. Sometimes it takes us continuously saying to ourselves, we deserve it. It's those positive affirmations that we speak in the mirror. Be able to look at yourself and say, Mary J. Blige has a new song out called Good Morning, Gorgeous. Every morning when you get up, look in that mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. For my guys, good morning, handsome. Yes, sometimes you have to speak to yourself. Speak that encouragement and that life, because when you start your day off feeling good, then it allows you to continue to attract that positive energy where you can celebrate your wins every single time. Celebrate yourself. In that way, God will give you more to celebrate. But I'm telling you, you deserve it. You deserve it. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I deserve every single good thing that happens to me. And it doesn't stop there. I'm going to keep going and keep on enjoying everything God has allowed me to have. All of my accomplishments, all of my wins. And guess what? Even if you have a failure, it's not a true failure. It's just a lesson to be learned so that you can apply it and celebrate with the win that comes from that lesson. So listen, guys, again, this is InnerVation, motivating you from the inside out. I am your girl, Angela A. Love Lewis. I want you guys to like and share. Follow us on the podcast. Make sure you tell other people about it so that they can get this encouragement and this inspiration. But again, to tap back into yourself so that you can motivate yourself from the inside out. If you feel amazing on the inside, that outward transformation will be seen by everybody. They're going to look at you and be like, oh my God, it's something about you. You're glowing. Your energy is off the chain. It is just, contagious. And that's how we want to show up each and every time. So again, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Until then, be fabulous, amazing, and great. And motivate yourself from the inside out. Take care.